ज्ञानाञ्जन शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणी। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So welcome back to the Chaitanya Charitamrita discussion, the teachings of Lord Chaitanya to Sanatana Goswami. So we have been quite exhaustively and elaborately discussing Krishnera Swarup, which are Shuno Sanatan, about Krishna Swarup. One of the most important teachings in Sanatan Shiksha is Krishnera Swarup, Krishna Swarup. So the different manifestations of Krishna is what we have been last few classes discussing. So I'll just summarize what we have discussed up till now, and then we will go forward from where we had stopped. Okay, one second. So if you remember in our last classes, there is Swayam Bhagwan. The Swayam Bhagwan is the Gopavesh. That is the original form of Krishna as a covered boy in Vrindavan. It's called as Swayam Bhagwan. Now, his expansions, the Swayam Rupa or Swayam Bhagwan Krishna, his own expansions, Swayam Prakash, they are of two types, Prabhav Prakash, Vaibhav Prakash. Prabhav Prakash are the forms which are exactly the same, just like in the Ras Leela, Krishna expands. Or in Dwarka Leela, when he's getting married to 16,108 queens or 16,100 queens. So these are called as the Prabhav Prakash. The Vaibhav Prakash are forms differently manifested according to different features. And here the example is Vasudev, the son of Devaki in Kshatriya consciousness. This is Kshatriya Vesh. And Balram, the form is different. Balram is white, Shweta Varna, and Krishna is Sham Varna. So Balram is his Vaibhav Prakash. And then we went into Tad Ek Atma. Tad Ek Atma Roop. Form and transcendental features are differently manifested. So in Tad Ek Atma, if you remember, yeah, I think, 1 second, this picture has gone on top. Why? I don't know. Yeah. Tad Ekmatma, forms and emotions differently manifested. We saw there is Vilas, pastime expansions, and Swamsha, personal expansions. And within Vilas, there is Prabha Vilas and Vaibhav Vilas. And in Prabha Vilas, we saw the Adi Chaturvyuha. And in the Vaibhav Vilas, these are the Dviti Chaturvyuha and the 24 forms, which we will be studying today in today's class. So this is where up till we have been discussing in the Chaitanya Charitamrita about Krishnera, Sarupa, which are Sanatana. So in Tadatma, there is Vilas and Swamsha, and Vilas there is Prabha Vilas, the Adi Chaturviva, and the Vaibhav Vilas, unlimited Chaturvivas, and the 24 forms. And here, I think we finished here the discussion up till 190. Krishnera Echara Prabha Vilas, Dwarka Mathura Pure Nitya Iharavas. The 4 Prabha pastimes, that is the Prabha pastimes. Pastime forms, Prabha pastime. What is it? Reside eternally in Dwarka and Mathura. Prabha pastimes means these Vilas are pastime features of the Lord. They perform pastimes. So these 4 Adi Chaturviva, they reside in Dwarka and Mathura. So if you see the picture here, this is Krishna Golok, Dwarka and Mathura, the Prabha Vilas pastimes, Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Nirud, they reside in Dwarka and Mathura. I hope it is clear to you here, the picture, Dwarka and Mathura. These Prabha Vilas pastimes. Okay. So this is where up till we have discussed in the Chaitanya Charitamrita up till verse 190. So now let us go to the next section. If you have any questions, you are always free to raise your hands and then we can take up the questions. The next section, again, it is the main section 165 to 242, Lord Prakash and Vilas forms, but part B now, 191 to 42, is Vaibhav Vilas forms. Prabha Vilas we have seen, now we will see Vaibhav Vilas, the 24 form as per the weapons in hand. Echarahaite Chabbisa Murti Prakash, Ashtra Bheda Nama Bheda Vaibhav Vilas. From the original quadruple expansions, Echarahaite Chabbisa Murti Prakash, 24 forms are manifested. They differ according to the placement of the weapons in their 4 hands. Ashtra Bheda Nama Bheda. They are called Vaibhav Vilas. Vaibhav Vilas. So these 24 forms which manifest from the Adi Chaturvyuha, these 24 forms, they are the Vaibhav Vilas. Here again you can see from the Prabha Vilas, there is the Vaibhav Vilas, there are these 24 forms here. And we will come to this more in detail in the coming verses. But from this chart, it is clear the 24 forms are there. These 24 forms are there. So I have put down here in the slide. There is a Tad Ekatma Roop, different in transcendental emotion and form. In that there is Vilas and Swamsha. In Vilas there is Prabha Vilas, Vaibhav Vilas. The Adi Chaturviva, the Prabha Vilas, which reside in Mathura and Dwarka, which was text 190. The Vaibhav Vilas, there are unlimited Chaturviyas, but the 24 principal among them, they are called as Vaibhav Vilas. They are called as Vaibhav Vilas. Vaibhav Vilas. Ashtrabheda, Namabheda, Vaibhav Vilas, 26 Murti. So these are the Vaibhav Vilas. Puna Krishna Chaturvyoha Lana Purva Rupe Paravyoma Madhe Vaishe Narayana Rupe. Lord Krishna again expands. Puna Krishna within the Paravyoma. The Paravyoma is the spiritual sky. The spiritual sky is called as the Parayoma, the spiritual sky. He is situated in fullness, Purva Rupe, as the four-handed Narayan. Paravyam Madhe Vaishe Narayana Rupe, accompanied by his expansions of the quadruple form. So, Krishna, further in the spiritual sky, expands into the four-handed Narayan form. And further, they are accompanied by the expansions of the quadruple form. There are the Adi Chaturvyava, and there are expansions of the Adi Chaturvyava around Narayan. Around Narayan, they are the expansions of the Adi Chaturvyava. Now, this is a little difficult to understand, and I understand it. So, I am coming here. You can see here in this Golok chart, this is Golok Vrindavan, and Krishna expands into, his forms in Dwarka and Mathura here. But these are the Adi Chaturvyava here. The Adi Chaturvyava are Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Anirudh. These are the Chatur. The further, the Dvitiya Chaturvyava are here. Again, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. They are there here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And here it is mentioned in this verse. If you see this verse, Puna Krishna Chaturvyavlan Purva Rupe Paravam Madhye Vaishe Narayan. So Krishna, through the Chaturvyavas, expands into Narayan. So here in the center, you can see Lakshmi Narayan, along with his Aishwaryas, along with his Shaktis, the Neela, Bhu Shakti, Neela Shakti, and all the Shaktis are here. All the 8 Shaktis are here. And then what it is mentioned in this verse, it is mentioned that accompanied by expansions of his original quadruple forms. So the original quadruple forms are here, Adi Chaturvyava, and they expand here into these 24 forms. So here you can see in this third circle here, this is the first circle, second circle, third circle. So from here, if you count all these are 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So these 24 expansions, further expansions, they are coming from Krishna. And here again, I will show you in this chart here. So from this Prabha Vilas, actually it is coming from the Mool Sankarshan, the Narayan form. And from him, there are these 24 forms. So these 24 forms will be discussed. And this expansion is happening in Vaikunta. This is not in Dwarka and Mathura. This is happening in Vaikunta. So this is the meaning of this verse. Okay. Now, Prabhupada's purport, let us carefully try to understand, and I will ask you questions and think about it and then answer. At the top of Paravyoma, the spiritual sky, and there is Golok Vrindavan, which is divided into 3 parts. 2 of the parts called Mathura and Dwarka are the residence of Krishna in his Prabha Vilas forms. So let us see from the Golok chart. Top of Paravyoma is Golok Vrindavan. And this is divided into Dwarka and Mathura. Of course, there is confidentially the Jagannath Puri here. which is in the blue color represented. So this is what the statement is saying. Two of the parts called Mathura and Dwarka are the residence of Krishna in his Prabhavilas forms. So in his what kind of forms? Prabhavilas. These are the original expansions. You can see Dwarka and Mathura, Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyum, Anirudh. So these reside here. Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Anirudh and Pradyum. These reside here. Okay. I hope it is clear. If you have any questions, please feel free to raise your hands. Okay. Now, next statement. Balram, Krishna's Vaibhav Prakash, is eternally situated in Golok. Now, Balaram, Krishna's Vaibhav Prakash. Now, Vaibhav Prakash means this. You have to go up here. Vaibhav Prakash. Here, Balaram is there. Balram is Krishna's Vaibhav Prakash. And what it is mentioned here is situated in Gokul. He is situated in Golok, Gokul. So this is what the statement is saying. Okay, there's a question. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, the Krishna came into on the earth with which, because we in here they
can you speak a little loudly and clearly?
Yeah, Krishna generally will not leave Golok, right? So from which form he came to earth? He directly came, or from Vishnu avatars he came?
Krishna originally comes from his spiritual abode from Golok Vrindavan itself. And he can be there also and he can be here also.
Okay.
That is Krishna.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So the question should be in the context of what we are discussing. So the question should be not out of context. Okay, Birendra Yadav Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So this in Vaibhav Vilas, there are 24 expansions, and yes, they are from expansion of Adi Chaturved, that is from Prabhav Vilas. This
yes, correct.
So this Vaibhav Vilas, we can say it is under Prabhav Vilas. I mean, this on chart it is showing separately directly from Vilas. I mean, from past state extensions directly to
there is a little difference between Prabhav Vilas and Vaibhav Vilas, and we discussed that in the last class. If you remember, the Vilas are the pastimes forms of the Lords, but the Prabhav Vilas are fully potent. The Vaibhav Vilas are the further expansions of expansions, so they are partially potent. So that is why there is difference. That is why the Adi Chaturvyuva Prabhav Vilas, they reside, in Goku, in the upper realm of the spiritual sky, whereas the Vaibhav Vilas, they reside in Vaikuntha. They are the further expansions of the Dvitiya Chaturvyuva here, and they are further expansions, and they reside in the Vaikuntha Dham. So here also you can see in this picture that the Prabha Vilas reside in Dwarka and Mathura, whereas the Vaibhav Vilas reside in Vaikuntha. These are the further expansions from the Prabha Vilas. That's why there is a category differentiation. Is it clear?
Okay, bro. Okay, bro. Thank you, bro.
Hemant Kumar has a question. Yes.
Yeah, Dandavat Prabhuji. I had that question with that. So we are using two words here, the Prakash and Vilas, right? So when we
you are not supposed to get confused between there is Swayam Prakash.
Swayam Prakash. So
then
in
there is Swayam
Prakash we have
is No, 1 minute. Within Swayam Prakash, there is Prabha Prakash, Vaibhav Prakash.
Vaibhav Prakash, correct.
Then within Tadekatma, there is Vilas, there is Prabha Vilas, Vaibhav Vilas. So here also these Prabha Vilas, Vaibhav Vilas are quite different from Prabha Prakash, Vaibhav Prakash.
So when we say Prakash and Vilas, so what is the difference, like Prabhuji, if we want to understand in that way?
Have you attended the previous classes?
Previous class partially, Prabhuji, right?
Yeah, so if you follow in all the classes, because last 3 classes we have been discussing this.
Okay.
Prakash is, Swayam Prakash is his own expansions. Krishna's own expansions. His own expansions, when he expands himself in the Ras Leela, then they are called as Prabha Prakash. And his own expansion, Balram is his own expansion, but he is different in color.
Correct. Yeah.
Then it is called as Vaibhav Prakash.
Vaibhav Prakash.
Okay. So that is and the Vilas is what? Pastime expansions. They are lesser qualities than Swayam Prakash. This is one thing we remember. And within that, there is Prabha Vilas and Vaibhav Vilas.
And again, Vaibhav
How the technical classification is done. I hope it is clear.
Sure. Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So let us now go to this purport we are trying to understand. 2 of the parts called Mathura and Dwarka are the residents of Krishna in his Prabha Vilas forms. So we understood this statement. These are Prabha Vilas forms, Dwarka and Mathura. Balram, Krishna's Vaibhav Prakash or Prakash Vaibhav is eternally situated in Gokul. So this we understood also. This is Vaibhav Prakash. He is in Gokul, Krishna Lok. This is a difference. From the quadruple Prabha Vilas, 24 forms of the Vaibhav Vilas are expanded. So from the quadruple Prabha Vilas, so let's now go to this. Quadruple Prabha Vilas. There are 24 Vaibhav Vilas. These are the 24 here. Each has 4 hands holding weapons in different positions. The topmost planet in the spiritual sky is Golok Vrindavan, and below that planet is the spiritual sky itself. In that spiritual sky, Krishna himself is 4-handed and is situated as Narayan. So when they say, and below that planet is the spiritual sky itself. So here, what does Prabhupada mean by this statement? Who will answer this? Please think about it. The topmost planet in the spiritual sky is called Golok Vrindavan, and below that planet is the spiritual sky itself. In that spiritual sky, in this spiritual sky, Krishna himself is 400 and is situated as Narayan. So what is this speaking about? Which is this? Who will? Okay, any other one, any other devotees would like to try? We have been discussing about it since the beginning of this class. Okay, Birendra Yadav Prabhuji. Yeah, one way to do. Sorry. Okay. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, he is referring this Vaikuntha Loka where this.
Yes, perfect. He is
24
referring to
forms.
Vaikuntha Loka. So
Yes.
Krishna himself is 400. Krishna is 400 and is situated as Narayan. So let us now see this here. So you can see from this is in Dwarka Mathura, the Vasudeva Mool Sankarshan Pradyumna. From Mool Sankarshan actually comes Narayan, who is situated in Vaikuntha. And you can see here in the Golok chart. From this Sankarshan, Mool Sankarshan, there are the Dvitiya Chaturviva, 1, 2, 3, 4, and he expands into Narayan here. This is in the Haridham or the Vaikuntha Dham. There is a Narayan in 400 form. Krishna himself expands as Narayan, and then further there are the 24 Vaibhav Vilas forms based on the holding of the weapons. Any clarifications regarding this purport? Anyone has clarifications? Anyone wants to know something or it's not understood? Yes, Makaran Bakshi Guruji.
Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam.
Yes.
Prabhuji, from Prabhu Vilas, Narayan, and from there, Vaibhav Vilas.
Yes. The
So,
24 forms.
this Narayan is not Prabhu Vilas, not Vaibhav Vilas.
This Narayan is neither Prabhavilas or Vaibhavilas.
Is that correct, Prabhuji?
Well, that is not explicitly mentioned about the Narayan form, whether it is Prabhavilas or Vaibhavilas. But it is a Vilas form of the Lord. I know about it. It is a Vilas form, pastime form of the Lord only. And that the form is different. You know, Adi Rup is Dvibhuja, this is Chaturabhuja, Narayan form. So whether it is Prabha Vilas or Vaibhav Vilas, let us wait and check if Prabhupada hints something in the further purports.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Or it is there, I have come across it somewhere, either in the Bhagavatam or in the Laghu Bhagavatamrit. I will look into it.
Okay, Prabhuji.
I will not speculate about it, but let
Okay,
me look into it and get back to you.
So
You can make a note of it and you send me the question.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Thank
you. Yes, Birendra Yadav Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandat Pranam. Prabhu, on chart it was shown that Narayan is coming from Mool Sankarshan.
Yes.
So it will be from original, I think, Adi Chaturabhuj.
Adi Chatur, from the Adi Chaturvya only is coming.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Prabhu, one more clarification, Prabhu. Just I'm thinking this 24 Chaturabhuj expansion, is it 4 into 6? I mean, 4 original and they are expanding into
No,
6
it's not like not like that. It will come further now. In the verses of Chaitanya Charitamrita, it will be mentioned further how these expansions happen. So just hold on. In today's class, we will be discussing that.
Thank you, bro. Thank
you. Okay. Let us go ahead now. We have finished this purport. Tanha hoite punar chaturvyuva prakash avarna rupe charidike yandravas. Thus, the original quadruple forms again manifest themselves in a second set of quadruple expansion. So the original quadruple forms again manifest in a second set of quadruple expansions. Now, please hear very carefully. And there is Adi Chaturvyuva. This is Prabhavilas, reside in Dwarka and Mathura. These are Dvitiya Chaturvyuva. These manifest in Vaikuntha. Now I'll show you in the Golok chart. There is the Adi Chaturvyuva here. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the Dvitiya Chaturvyuva. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are called as the Dvitiya Chaturvyuva. They are called as Dvitiya Chaturvyuva. So this is what this verse is saying. Original quadruple forms again manifest in the second. The residents of these second quadruple expansion cover the 4 directions. These are the 4 directions. I hope this verse is clear. Chari janera puna pratak tina murti keshavadi yaha haite vilasira purti. Again, from these quadruple forms expand 3 times, beginning with Keshav. That is the fulfillment of the pastime forms. So, from these Dvitiya Chaturvyuvas, Vasudev, Mahasankarshan, Pradyumna and Anirudh, there is, they expand 3 times. And beginning with Keshav. And this Keshav is the pastime form. It is the last form, pastime form. Chakradi dharanera bheda nama bheda sab Vasudevara Murti Keshav Narayan Madhava. Out of the Chaturvyuha, there are 3 expansions of each and every form. So out of the 4 Chaturvyuhas, there are 3 expansions each. And they are named differently according to the position of weapons. The Vasudev expansions are Keshav, Narayan and Madhav. So there is the Vasudev, from Vasudev come Keshav, Narayan and Madhav. 3 expansions. Correct? So from the Vasudev, there is Keshav, Narayan and Madhav. Okay, let me show it to you here in the chart. So you can see in the Vaibhav Leelas, there is the Dvitiya Chaturvyuha, Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Anirudh. From Vasudev come Keshav, Narayan, Madhav. Okay. Hope it is clear. Sankarshanera Murti, Govinda, Vishnu, Madhusudan, E Anya Govinda, Nahi Vrajendra Nandan. The expansions of Sankarshan are Govinda, Vishnu, and Madhusudan. This Govinda is different from original Govinda, for he is not the son of Nand Maharaj. So the Govinda in Vaikunta is different from the Govinda in Goloka Vrindavan. Okay. So again, so from Sankarshan come Govinda, Vishnu, Madhusudan. And this Govind is different from Govind here. Govinda Madi Purusham Tamham Bhajami. Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchidananda Vigra, Anadiradir Govinda. Sarvakarna. So this Govinda is different from this Govinda. He is Vaikunta Govinda, he is Goloka Govinda. Pradyumnera Murti Trivikrama Vamana Sridhara Aniruddhera Murti Rishikesha Padmanabha Damodar. The expansions of Pradyumna are Trivikram, Vamana and Sridhar. The expansions of Aniruddha are Rishikesh, Padmanabha and Damodar. Okay, here Pradyumna is Trivikram, Vaman, Sridhar, Aniruddha is Rishikesh, Padmanabha, Damodar. So now I have put this in the chart here. So you can see from the Adi Chaturvyuha, the Dvitiya Chaturvyuha come, and within the Dvitiya Chaturvyuha from Vasudev, 3 expansions come. From Sankarshan, 3, from Pradyumna, 3, from Anirudh, 3. So 4, these are 4 plus 3, 3, 3, 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. So there are 16 now first. Dhwaja Shema Sera Devata E Bharajan Margashishe Kesha Paushanarayan. These 12 are the predominant deities of 12 months. There are 12 months, and each of the month there is a predominating deity. Keshav is the predominating deity for Agrahayana, and Narayan is the predominant deity for Paush. This is the December, November, December is called as Paush month, the winter season. Paush. Maghera Devata Madhav Govinda Falguni. Falguni will come, Mahaprabhu's birth. That is in Falgun. Chaitra Vishnu Vaishaka Sri Madhusudan. Predominating deity for the month of Magh is Madhav. The predominating deity for the month of Falgun is Govind. Vishnu is the predominating deity of Chaitra, and Madhusudan is the predominating deity of Vaishak. Jaishta Trivikrama Ashada Vamana Devesha Shravane Sridhara Bhadra Deva Rishikesha. In the month of Jaishta, the predominating deity is Trivikram. In Ashad, the deity is Vaman. In Shravan, the deity is Sridhar. And in Bhadra, the deity is Rishikesh. Ashwine Padmanabha Kartike Damodar Radha Damodar Anya Vrajendra Konar. In the month of Ashwini, the predominating deity is Padmanabha. And in the Kartik, it is Damodar. So that's why in Kartik month we worship Radha Damodar. This Damodar is different from Radha Damodar, the son of Nand Maharaj in Vrindavan. So there is this Damodar. Also, again, he is different from the original Golok Radha Damodar. So here I have put in the form of a table here the month and the presiding deity. Again, I have not used the English month calendar because we should somehow, as Vaishnavas, for following the Vaishnav calendar, we should become accustomed to these different months based on the Vedic calendar. So each of the calendars, if you see the Vaishnav calendar, you can see that there will be Keshav, Narayan, Madhav. These are the names given. These are the predominating deities. Dvadasha Tilakamatra E Dvadashanam Achamane E Nama Sparshi Tat Tat Stan. When putting the 12 tilak marks on the 12 places of the body, one has to chant the mantra consisting of these 12 Vishnu names. Also, when one anoints the different parts of the body with water, these names should be chanted as one touches each part of the body. So, who will tell which are the names we chant while applying tilak? Who will tell now? Let us see. Who will tell me? All devotees apply tilak at 12 places. So tell me, yes, Birendra Yadav Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, we start with Om Keswaya Namah, then Om Narayana Namah, Om Madhavaya Namah, Om Govindaya Namah, Om Vishnuvaya Namah, Om Madhusudanaya Namah, Om Trivikramaya Namah, Om Vamanaya Namah, Om Sridharaya Namah, Om Hrishikesaya Namah, Om Padmanabhaya Namah, and Om Damodaraya Namah.
Yes, correct. These are the 12 names we take. Now, how many devotees are doing this every day while applying tilak, all the 12 places? Raise your hands. And how many devotees know the different names of the Lord in the different markings? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the other devotees also should do it, because it is each point, at each place, you are invoking that particular deity. And yes, the mantra we know, Om Keshwaya Namah, Om Narayana Namah, Om Madhavaya Namah, Om Govindaya Namah, Om Madhusudana, like, but anyone knows the shloka? What is the shloka? Does anyone know the shloka for this? Does anyone know the shloka? Radha Jivan Prabhuji, do you know the shloka? Okay, Makaran Bakshi Prabhu has raised. Yes, Prabhuji, you know the shloka. What is the shloka?
Prabhuji, it is very much there in the Vaishnava etiquettes. So just while applying tilak, I used to see that, and therefore, Lalate Keshavam Dhyayen Narayana Madhodare Vakshasthale Madhavam to Govindam Kantakupake. Like that, it is there, Prabhuji.
Do you remember the whole shloka?
No, Prabhuji, I am just trying to memorize that now.
Correct. Excellent. Good answer. Very nice. I'm very happy with it.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So now Prabhupada is quoting that. One should chant the following mantra, which consists of 12 names of Lord Vishnu. So actual etiquette is what? The actual etiquette is what Prabhupada is saying? One chant the following mantra. This is the mantra we should chant, which consists of 12 names of Lord Vishnu. In this mantra, there is what? The 12 names of Lord. Lalate Keshavam Dhyanan. Lalate means when you're applying on the lalat. Narayan Atodare. Atodare means Ata Udar. Udar means the stomach. Vakshastale Madhavam. Vakshasala is this. Tu Govindam Kantakupake. So then the Kanta, there's a throat when we apply. We take Om Govindaya Namah, we say. But this is the mantra. If you can chant this. When I first time heard, I was very much, fond of it. but I have also not memorized it. But definitely now, after going through this, to make it a point to every day keep this mantra card, and while applying tilak, we can chant this mantra, which consists of the 12 names of Lord Vishnu. Vishnum cha dakshine kuksho. That is on the dakshina, on the right side. Bahu cha madhusudan. Trivikramam kandaretu vamana vama parshve. Vamana means on the left side here now. Vamana. Sridharam vama baho. On the left arm, it is Sridharam. Tu Rishikesham tu Kantadare. Kandare. So Kandare means on the top, the arm. Prishtecha Padmanabham. Prishte means backside. And Katyam Damodaram Nyasat. Katyam means lower part. Kati is called as Kati. So this is the mantra, and you can make a note of this. This is there in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya chapter 20, verse 202. Write it on a card and start applying. In fact, following Vaishnava etiquette is a very important principle in practice of Krishna conscious philosophy. Just by following the sadachar and the etiquette, one can come to the mode of goodness, which is required in order to practice spiritual life. So just sit 2 minutes on an asana, take the achaman, take the tilak, nicely rub it, and then apply chanting this mantra. And it takes 2 minutes, but this very act, what you do, can instill a lot of goodness, and it can be highly potent spiritual activity. So don't take this lightly, and I recommend, like better to sit in one place, have in your house a place where you keep the tilak and have an asana and just chant the mantras and then apply, and then it takes 2 minutes, but it is worth it to do that. So I've already read so I will not read the translation. Ei char janera vilas murti ara ashtajan tan sabara nama kahe suno Sanatan. From Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna and Anirudh, there are 8 additional pastimes. There are Ashta Jana. O Sanatan, Suno Sanatan, please hear, as I mentioned their names. So now the Lord mentions there are the other 8 additional pastimes from these 4 Vilas Murtis. That is Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Anirudh, Dvitiya expansions. The 8 pastime expansions are Purushottam, Achyuta, Nrisimha, Janardana, Hari, Krishna, Adoksha, and Upendra. Purushottama, Achyuta, Nrisimha, Janardana, Hari, Krishna, Adoksha, Upendra, Ashtadana. Vasudevera Vilas Dui, Adoksha, Purushottam, Sankarshanera Vilasa, Upendra, Achyuta, Dujan. Out of the 8 expansions, these Ashtajanas, out of these 8, 2 are pastimes form of Vasudev. Vasudevara Vilas Dui, and they are Adoksha and Purushottam. And the 2 pastime forms of Sankarshan, Sankarshanera Vilas, they are Upendra and Pradyumnera Vilas, Nrisimha, Janardhan, Aniruddhara Vilas, Hari Krishna Duijan. The pastime forms of Pradyumna are Nrisimha and Janardhan, and the pastime forms of Aniruddhan are Hari and Krishna. Okay, now let me show it to you. The picture. So you can see from Vasudev, there are these 2 pastimes from Adoksha and Purushottam, Upendra, Achyut from Sankarshan, Nrisimha and Janardhan from Pradyumna, and from Aniruddha, Hari and Krishna. Now again, this Krishna is different from the original Krishna, that we should understand. Hey Chabbis Murti Prabhava Vilas Pradhan Astradharan Bheda Hare Bhinna Bhinna Nam. All these 24 forms constitute the chief Prabhav Vilas. They constitute what? The chief Prabhav Vilas, pastime forms of the Lord. They are named differently according to the position of the weapons in their hands. Ihar madhye yahar hoy akara vesha bhed se hoy vilas vaibhava vibhed. Of all these forms, the forms that differ in dress and features are distinguished as Vaibhava Vilas. So those of these 24, the forms that differ in dress and features, they are called as Vaibhav Vilas. They are called as Vaibhav Vilas. Padmanabh Trivikrama Nrsimha Vaman Hari Krishna Adi Hai Akara Vilakshan. Of them, Padmanabh, Trivikram, Nrsimha, Vaman, Hari, Krishna, and so on have all different bodily features. So they have different bodily features. Krishnera Prabha Vilas, Vasudev Adi Chara Jana, Chari Jana, Se Chari Janara Vilas, Vimshati Ganana. Vasudev and the three others are direct Prabhav pastimes. Vasudeva and the three others are direct Prabhav pastimes forms of Lord Krishna. Of these quadruple forms, the pastime expansions are 20 in number. Iha sabara prataka vaikunta parayo madham purvadi ashtadike tina tina krame. All these forms preside over different Vaikunta planets in the spiritual world. So that I showed you in the chart, in the Golok chart also I showed you. Beginning from the east, starts from the east direction. In consecutive order, there are 3 different forms in each of the 8 directions. So this is how the situation is. So if you see the Golok chart, you can see here, these forms are here, and beginning from east, then you go to south, then north, south, west, and then north. And they are in 8 directions consecutively, like this they are sitting. Yadyapi param yoma sabakara nityadham tatapi brahmandakaro aho sannidhan. Although they all have their residence eternally in the spiritual sky, some of them are situated within the material universes. So these eternal forms of the Lord, which are having their original home in the spiritual sky, but some of them are situated within the material universes. Paravyoma madhye Narayanara nitya sthiti Paravyoma upari Krishna lokera vibhuti. There is an eternal residence of Narayan in the spiritual sky. This is Vaikuntha. In the upper portion of the spiritual sky is a planet known as Krishnalok, which is filled with all opulence. That is sweetness, Madhurya. It is filled with Madhurya, in fact. Eka Krishnalok hai Trivida Prakar Golokya Gokulakhya Maturakhya Dwarkakya are. The planet of Krishnalok is divided into 3 sections: Gokul, Mathura, and Dwarka. We saw this in the Golok chart. So this is the Golok entire. There is Gokul inside, and there is Dwarka and Mathura. Of course, there is Jagannath Puri, which is very confidential. Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentions that. Mathurate Keshavara Nitya Sannidhan Nilachale Purushottam Jagannatha Nam. Lord Keshav eternally resides in Mathura. So now, what is Mahaprabhu describing to Sanatana Goswami is these forms among the 24, some of them reside in the material universes. So, if you know, in Mathura, there is Lord Keshav. He is a presiding deity there. And Lord Purushottam, known by the name Jagannath, eternally resides in Nilachal. So that's why it is called as Purushottam Dham. This is the reason. Prayaga Madhava Mandare Shri Madhusudan Anandaranye Vasudev Padmanabha Janardhan. At Prayag, the Lord is situated as Bindu Madhav. So that's the principal deity there at Bindu Madhav. Mahaprabhu visited Bindu Madhav. And at Mandara Parvat, the Lord is known as Madhusudan. Vasudev, Padmanabh and Janardhan reside in Ananda Aranya. Now, where is Ananda Aranya? Can you tell? Anyone knows? Where is Ananda Aranya? It's part of India, at least. Nilachal is Purushottam. Keshav is Mathura. Where is Ananda Aranya? Yes, Virendra Yadav Guruji.
So it is mentioned that it is in Kerala.
Where it is mentioned? It's not
In
mentioned.
Purport. In
Oh,
Purport.
you're referring to the book.
Yeah.
Yes. It's in Kerala. All these three are in Kerala. That's why you can see in Kerala there is Padmanabh is there. Anant Padmanabh. There's Janardhan deity also there. That is there in a place. I visited that place. I'm not able to recollect. Vishnu Kanchite Vishnu Hari Rahe Mayapure Ache Ara Nana Murti Brahmanda Bhitare. At Vishnu Kanchi, there is Lord Vishnu. So in Vishnu Kanchi, Vishnu is there. At Mayapur, Lord Hari. Mayapur, Lord Hari is residing, and throughout the universe, a variety of other forms. Now, Prabhupada, all of these forms are Murti forms and they are worshipped in the temples. Their names are Keshav at Mathura, Purushottam or Jagannath at Nilachal, Sri Bindu Madhav at Prayag, Madhusudan at Mandara. And I don't know where this is exactly, where this comes, Mandara. And Vasudev, Padmanabh and Janardhan at Anandaranya, which is situated in Kerala, South India. Yeah, from here, Prabhuji picked up. At Vishnukanchi is Lord Varadaraj and Hari is situated at Mayapur, Lord Chaitanya's birth site. Thus, in different places throughout the universe, there are various deities in temples bestowing the causeless mercy upon their devotees. All these deity forms are non-different from the murtis in the spiritual world of Vaikunthas. Please remember this. They are non-different from the original forms in the spiritual world. Although the Archamurti, the worshipable deity form of the Lord, appears to be made of material elements, it is as good as the spiritual forms found in the spiritual Vaikuntha lokas. The deity in the temple, however, is visible to the material eyes of the devotee. It is not possible for one in material conditioned life to see the spiritual form of the Lord. To bestow causeless mercy upon us, the Lord appears as the Archamurti so that we can see him. It is forbidden to consider the Archamurti to be made of stone or wood. In the Padma Puran, it is said, Arche Vishnu Shiladhir Gurushu Narmatir Vaishnava Jati Buddhir Vishnur Na Vaishnavanam Kali Mala Matane Padtirtha Ambu Budhe. Shri Vishnu Namni Mantra Sakala Kalusha He Shabda Samanya Buddhi Vishnu Sarveshwaresha Tad Itara Samadhirava Narakiya Saha. One should not consider the deity in the temple to be made of stone or wood, nor should one consider the spiritual master an ordinary human. No one should consider a Vaishnava to belong to a particular caste or creed, and no one should consider the Charnamrit or Ganges water to be like ordinary water. Nor should one consider the Hare Krishna Mahamantra to material vibration. All these expansions of Krishna in the material world are simply demonstration of the Lord's mercy and willingness to give facility to his devotees who are engaged in his devotional service within the material world. And if you consider them material, it is Narakiya. It is Narakiya Buddhi. He Mata Brahmanda Made Sabara Prakash Shaptadhipe Navakhande Ahara Vilas. Within the universe, the Lord is situated in different spiritual manifestations. These are situated in 7 islands, Saptadipe, in 9 sections. Navakhande, the 7 islands are having 9 sections. Thus, their pastimes are going on. So they are also performing their pastimes with the devotees here. So now, Prabhupada explains the Saptadvipas. The 7 islands are mentioned in the Siddhanta Shiromani. The 7 islands are what? Jambu, Shaka, Shamali, Kusha, Krauncha, Gomeda or Plaksha, and Pushkar. The planets are called Dvipas. Outer space is like an ocean of air. Just as there are islands in the watery ocean, these planets in the ocean of space are called Dvipas or islands in outer space. Some idea Prabhupada is giving. Just like in the water, you can see in the ocean, sometimes there are small islands. So similarly, in the outer space, there are these Dvipas. And the 9 khandas are known as Bharata, Kinnar, Hari, Kuru, Hiranyamaya, Ramyaka, Ilavrata, Bhadrashva, and Ketumala. These are the 9 khandas. These are the different parts of Jambudvip. A valley between 2 mountains is called as a khanda or varsh. Sarvatra prakash tanra bhakte sukha dete jagatera adharma nashi dharma stapite. The Lord is situated in all these universes The Lord is situated in all these universes in different forms just to please his devotees. Bhakta sukha dete. Thus the Lord destroys irreligious principles, adharma nashi, and establishes religious principles. Dharma stapite. Prabhupada. In the material world, the Lord is situated in different archamurtis, deities, in the temple just to decrease the material activities of the conditioned soul and increase his spiritual activities. So that's why deity worship is very, very important for devotees. So that the more we engage in deity worship, the more we can become free from the contamination of material world. Particularly in India, there are many temples throughout the country. Devotees may take advantage of them to go and see the Lord at Jagannath, Puri, Vrindavan, Prayag, Mathura, Haridwar, and Vishnukanchi. When the devotees travel to these places and see the Lord, they become very happy in devotional service. Ihar madhe karo hoy avatare ganan aiche Vishnu Trivikram Nrsimha Vaman. Of these forms, among these forms, some are called incarnations. They are called as avatar. Examples are Lord Vishnu, Trivikram, Nrsimha, and Vaman, because they come and perform pastimes. Ashtradriti Bheda Nama Bhedera Karan. Dakshinado Hastahaite Vamanada Paryanta Chakradi Astradharan Ganara Anta. The procedure for counting begins from the lower right hand. So lower right hand. The counting is from the lower hand to the upper right hand. So upper right hand. So first lower and then upper right hand, the upper left hand, the lower left hand. So the upper left hand and then the lower left. Lord Vishnu is named according to the order of the weapon he holds in his hands. Siddhartha Samitha Kare Chabbisa Murti Ganan Taramate Kahi Age Chakradi Dharan. According to the Siddhartha Samhita, there are 24 forms of the Lord Vishnu. First, I shall describe according to the opinion of that book. The location of the weapons begins with the disc, beginning with the disc. So the 24 forms are here. Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Anirudh, Keshav, Narayan, Madhav, Govind, Vishnu, Madhusudan, Trivikram, Vaman, Sridhar, Rishikesh, Padmanabh, Damodar, Purushottam, Achyutan, Nrsimha, Janardhan, Hari, Krishna, Adoksha, and Upendra. Now, I will not go through these verses. Vasudev, in his lower right hand, Vasudev holds club. In his upper right hand, he holds conch shell. In the upper left hand is and in the lower left hand, the lotus. And Sankarshan in the lower right hand holds club, upper right hand holds conch shell, upper left hand holds lotus, and the lower left hand holds disc. So like that, each of these verses mention. I'm not going to go through these verses, but here I have put it in the chart. Vasudev, lower right hand, upper left hand, lower left hand. So this is how, based on the position of the weapons, their names are there. So 224, 225 verse, these are the verse numbers. So I have mentioned all this in the chart here. Now, next. Any questions up till now? Anyone has? Okay, Virendra Yadav Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, bro. Oh, this in this second expansion that is for
No.
forms are there.
Your voice
So
is
out of
breaking.
this,
Your voice is breaking.
Hare Krishna, bro. No, is it audible, bro? Hare Krishna,
Yeah.
bro.
Yes.
Prabhu, I'm saying that this second expansion of original quadruple, that is 24 forms. In
No,
this 24 forms, bro, these four are in this 24 forms, bro. This four are original. This Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha, they are original, or
okay, I got a question. I'll just explain here. See, these are the Adi Chaturvyuha. Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. They further expand into the Dviti Chaturvyuha. So this is Vasudev, this is called as Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. And from there are these other forms here, 24 forms. Are you getting this point? Is it clear? Is it clear or no? You can see here, Adi Chaturvyuha is there, then the Dvitiya Chaturvyuha, and then there are the 24 forms. Is it clear or no? Virendra Yadav Prabhuji.
no, Prabhu, it is clear, but in this verse number 223, these 24 forms names are written. There also Vasudev, Sankarshan, and Pradyumna and Rudra. These four names are there. So
Yeah,
it is
that is what. Yeah, there are unlimited verse number. Which one you said?
223.
223. Yeah.
These 24 names, 24 names are there. So in these 24 names, 4 are Vasudev, Sankarsana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha.
Yeah. There are also again Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna. There's no doubt.
So they are 4 plus 20. 4 plus 20. It is that way.
No.
4 plus 20 becomes 24.
No. You are getting it wrong. There is the Adi Chaturvyuha. Then there are the Dvitiya Chaturvyuha, and from there are 24 forms. Please go here. There is the Adi Chaturvyuha here. Then there is the Dvitiya Chaturvyuha, 1, 2, 3, 4. And from there are 24 forms. From this Vasudev, there are 3. So if you count here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Got it?
So that's what bro, I'm saying. In this 24 also, these 4 are there as Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Rudra.
Yes, again, I think in these 4 places, again, there is Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So these Chaturvyuhas are multiple, in fact, limited. That's what Mahaprabhu said.
Right. Thank you.
Is it clear?
Thank you.
Makaran Bakshi Prabhu, yes.
Hare Krishna, Pranam Prabhuji. Just going a little back, you had given 12 names of 12 mass for first 12 expansions. So we experience that there will be Adhik Mas, Mala Mas also will be there, which is named as Purushottam Mas.
Yes.
So is that Lord himself or is that Lord Jagannath or
Oh, 1 minute. Interesting, huh? Interesting question. Purushottam. Yeah, that Adhik Mas is Purushottam Mas. Yes.
yes, Prabhuji.
One thing is clear that the Adhik Mas is Purushottam Mas,
Yes.
which is again not here. Correct?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
In this it will
Yes.
not be there because it is only 12 months.
Correct.
But means just somewhere we have read outside, not from our philosophical books, that the Aradhya Devata for this Adhik Mas is Radha and Krishna. Even in we found in some Vedic Upasana book, we found one book on Purushottam Mas. In that, the Aradhya Devata is Radha and Krishna, which is very rare because you will never find in Vedic Shastras mention about Radha and Krishna anywhere.
Yes. See, one thing you have to understand, like as it was mentioned in one of the verses here in Chaitanya Charitamrita, this Kartik is Damodar,
Huh.
but this Damodar is not Radha Damodar of Golok. That was what
Correct.
mentioned. Correct?
Correct.
But we worship Radha Damodar of the Gokul pastimes of Golok.
Correct.
So, usually in the Vedic literature, the confidential higher understanding is always hidden.
Correct.
It's always hidden. Only our acharyas, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu have given that highest aradhana. Aradhe Bhagavan Vrajatane Stadhama Vrindavan.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So from that perspective, when you see, then we can connect and understand. Otherwise, from a general reading, you will understand it is a Vishnu expansion. See, in all the Vedic literature, Vishnu is a well-known personality.
Correct.
But Krishna is very confidential.
Yes.
So that's why, yes, you can understand it like that. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Interesting questions.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Where were you now? We finished the 24 murtis. Yeah, we finished here. This is the last verse I will take. Hayashisha Pancharatre Kahe Sholajan Taramate Kahe Ebe Chakradidharan. According to Hayashisha Pancharatra, there are 16 personalities. I shall now describe that opinion of how they hold the weapons. Now, according to Siddhant Shiromani, Mahaprabhu spoke. Now, Mahaprabhu is going to speak according to Hayashisha Pancharatra. The 16 personalities are Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Anirudh, Keshav, Narayan, Madhav, Govind, Vishnu, Madhusudan, Vikram, Vaman, Sridhar, Rishikesh, Padmanabh, and Damodar. Keshav Bhede Padma Shanka Gada Chakradhar, Madhav Bhede Chakra Gada Shanka Padmakar. So this is very clear from the verse. Narayan Bhede Nana Astra Bhedadhar, Ityadik Bheda Ei Sab Astrakar. According to Hayashish Pancharatra, Nara and others are also presented differently as holding the weapons in different hands. Swayam Bhagavan are Leela Purushottam, Ei Doi Namadhare Vrajendra Nandan. Krishna, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, indicated as the son of Nanda Maharaj. Vrajendra Nandan has two names. One is Swayam Bhagavan and other is Leela Purushottam. So Krishna is called as Leela Purushottam or is called as Krishnas to Bhagavan Swayam. That is the two names or Vrajendra Nandan. Purira Avarne Rupe, Purira Navadeshe, Navayuva Rupe, Navamurti Prakashe. Lord Krishna personally surrounds Dwarkapuri, Navaveshe, as its protector. In 9 different forms, he protects Dwarka. In different parts of the city, 9 places, Nava Yoga Rupe, Nava Murti Prakashi, expands in 9 different forms. The 9 personalities mentioned are Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Narayan, Nrsimha, Hayagriv, Vara, and Brahma. So these are the 9 ways in which he is protecting Dwarka, Puri. Now, the next is Krishna's functions. Now, Swamsha is part of what? Let us hear now, anyone who can answer. This division is part of what? Who will answer this? Anyone else would like to try? Yes, Birendra Yadav.
So it is personal expense. Like Matsya, Kapila.
What is the term used by Sanatana Goswami or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Kaviraj Goswami? Swamsha is part of what?
It's,
It is a division of, in which category?
it falls in Tadekatma.
Tad Ekatma Roop.
Yes.
In Tad Ekatma Roop, there is Vilas and Swamsha.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so let us go back to the chart now here. I will, 1 minute, show you on the screen. So we discussed now Tad Ekatma Vilas. Within Vilas, we discussed Prabha Vilas, Vaibhav Vilas. And within Prabha Vilas, we discussed Adi Chaturvya, Dviti Chaturvya, and 24 forms. Now, Swamsha. Within the Swamsha, there are the Purusha Avatar, Leela Avatar, Guna Avatar, Manvantar Avatar, Yuga Avatar, and Saktavish Avatars. And Krishna principally, has 3 forms: Swayam Roop, Tadekatma Roop, and Avesh. So now we have discussed Swayam Roop, Tadekatma, this part we have discussed. Now Swamsha is going to be discussed. So this is mostly almost the last part of Chaitanya Charitamrita, this chapter. So Krishna Swarupa Vichara Karo Sanatan. Krishna Swarup, to understand all this is knowing Krishna in truth, Krishna Tattva in truth. So that's why it's very important. When we understand, this Aishwarya feature of the Lord, how the Lord expands into different features, then we can really appreciate who is Rajendra Nandan. So that's why we should know this very nicely and carefully. We have to study this. Any questions, any clarifications anyone has? Okay, one question. Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhu just wanted to understand this. What is the significance of this 12 avatars indicating, presiding deity for 12 different months? What is significance?
What is the significance? For each of the month, there's a particular deity, which is the presiding deity for that. So, just like, the Vedic, cosmological understanding is pretty, that we are part of this universe. We are part of the cosmos and we are connected. So it is to connect our consciousness. So that's why if you see, there is the presiding deity for the day. There is a presiding deity for the night. There is a presiding deity for Uttarayan. There is a presiding deity for Dakshinayan. That is the 6 months of the movement of the sun, in the southern direction and the northern direction. So like that, there are presiding deities for everything, in fact. Even in our body, there are the senses, and we have the presiding deities over it. The whole body also, the head, the arms, the belly, and the legs, they are the devatas who are controlling these deities. They are the controlling deities. So it helps us to connect, and that's why, based on the 12 months, these are the presiding deities. So that's how they have connections, and what exactly is the connection? How do they come to that? I'm not really aware about it. But just in principle, as I was explaining, there is, for the entire yuga, there is a yuga avatar. There is Krishna who descends in a day of Brahma. There is, there is a day incarnation of the Lord. What is the day incarnation of the Lord? Which day the Lord actually also incarnates himself? Which day he is incarnating? Do you know anyone? It is Ekadasi. Ekadasi is called as the day incarnation of the Lord. The Lord is present. So that's why we should practice more spiritual life so that we can be upavas. Upavas means to reside near the Lord. So like that, it establishes that we are connected to this cosmos. And that connection is established through this monthly, even the months. According to the mass, there is the presiding deity who rules over that month. Is it clear, Virendra Yadav Prabhuji?
Yes, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you very much.
Okay. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.